Hey everybody, welcome back live at Drew's house, Joppa Afternoon Drive. We are quickly approaching Christmas. Hope you're all doing well. Our guest today, I think a little Christmas music, the great E.J. Ouellette.
Christmas is here, fine souls bring to bear the kindness of the season. Good souls giving love like the spirit up above. Their kindred hearts still prevail. Destination Christmas, spirit of the time. Destination Christmas, your tenderness is mine.
Hello, E.J. Welcome aboard. Very
Hey.
nice way to start a little Christmas show. I like that.
Hey, Drew, how you doing, man?
Good.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, good to see you again, man. How you been?
I've been well.
Good. We're fastly approaching Christmas. My goodness, you ready?
Yeah, I'm not ready for it.
You're a busy man, I see.
Slightly.
You're I know we keep in touch enough, but I haven't seen you in a little bit, so that tells me you're cooking on all cylinders. How's the recording studio? And
Our Home Music Records is on fire right now, and we're doing a lot of things on a bunch of different levels.
Yep.
It's an art. It's really what it is. It's an artist development label.
Yep.
So I take folks and I bring their music to another place, and get them, hopefully get them sound like major leaguers.
There you go.
And we've got like 5 or 6 on the label right now, and I'm kind of managing them all.
There you go. Beautiful. You have had, I talked to you enough, but I watched you from a distance as well. I saw you at the Grand Ole Opry too.
Yes.
So what was that? Tell people about this. This was quite a night.
At the end of October,
Yep.
I submitted my music to the Josie Awards. And I didn't know really what it was all about. I didn't think it was that big. I just did it because I've been submitting to awards finally, after all these years of producing.
Sure.
And I got 4 nominations. I got one for multi-instrumentalist, musician of the year, multi-instrumentalist.
Yeah.
I got vocalist of the year, multi-genre. Lisa and I got social content music video of the year with Let Peace Flow with Odessa Settles.
Oh, yeah.
And I produced Willie Dixon's granddaughter, who doing a Willie Dixon song, and she got nominated as well for Best Blues.
Wow.
So what happened was, as I went down there, and I didn't even want to go.
Is that right? Really?
I had too much going on.
Yeah.
And so he went down and everything, and I didn't think it was a big deal because we got the nomination. So we go down and got into the Nashville scene for a couple days and got settled. And
Enjoying yourself at this point, I'm sure.
yeah, we're enjoying ourselves finally with you. And I like Nashville, and I have friends down there.
Sure.
And so we, we decided to get dressed up, and we went there, and we show up at the Grand Ole Opry, and I'm going, wow, there's a lot of people here. And so we decided there was the red carpet. Well, we had to go. Lisa and I had to go with the red carpet in Odessa too. And I still didn't think it was that big because they have a couple theaters on the side, and I thought it would be in a small theater. And I didn't think it was that big.
Yeah.
So what happened was, after we did the red carpet, we went across the way, and we went and had dinner. And Lisa and I had some leftovers, so I says, I'll go drop it off in the car, which rented car, and it was down about a mile in the back because it was packed.
Yeah.
So I ran down there to find the car, couldn't find the car. So finally, Lisa texted me, EJ, you better get in here because it's starting.
Yeah.
So I run back, and I walked in, and I couldn't believe the amount of people that were in there. The place was packed.
Yeah.
And we had good seats. I went down and sat down. I wasn't sitting down for a minute, and they called my name.
Oh my goodness.
And so Lisa got her phone out and got a video of it, and I went up, and I didn't know what the process was, and they called like 6 of us. And I got up on stage, in the backstage, and I said, "So what's the process? Are we all, is the winner going to be selected amongst the 6 of us?" And they went, "No, you won."
Oh my goodness! And you won for
multi-instrumentalist of the year.
Unbelievable. Sometimes people think
musician of the year, multi-instrumentalist.
So some people think you go down for these things, you might know you're going to win. You had no idea.
I had no idea. And he says, by the way, you get your speech together because Randall Frank's got the Fiddle of the Year award. So next year I'm going to go for that.
Yeah.
And he's a world famous bluegrass fiddler, and he's played with the greats. And we're talking. He goes out and does a speech, and so I'm sitting there. I didn't even have a speech made or anything, so I just went up and I did my thing, made a speech, and I was blown away.
Yeah.
And congratulated everybody, and then walked off. If you want to see it, it's on my Edward E.J. Ouellette, E.J. Edward Ouellette Facebook page.
You got it on the Facebook page? Cool.
So, yeah, and I walked in the back. I was like, okay.
Yeah. You little, like, almost, it's a whirlwind.
This happened in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I walked up, and there's like 7,000 people there, and I'm like, oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I saw the video of your speech. I think the first thing you said was, wow, okay. Or something.
So here's the thing, is that I've always, I played a lot of country music in my early career.
Yep.
I was in a band called Next Stop West, and also other Skyline and all this, and I toured throughout New England and upstate New York, but I always went after Ricky Skaggs riffs on my band, on my guitar, and Tony Trisker on my banjo and my mandolin, Ricky Skaggs, and all those for years and years and years and years. And to be on the Grand Ole Opry stage around all that aura just blew me away.
Wow. I
felt finally like, whoa, okay, all right, so this is a hard act to follow now.
So it was worth the trip.
It was worth the trip.
Good, glad you did it.
Yeah.
E.J. Ouellette joining us here. If you see me leaning a little bit, it's we're at that time of year. And the sun jets through the studio a little bit differently. So.
And it's like summer out there.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's been weird. This.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're not getting as much snow as when I was a kid. And you like the snow?
I love the snow. I'm a skier.
That's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, no, I'm ready to go, but apparently
the mountains aren't.
I don't want to ski in mud.
Yeah, I know, right? It's, even some of the slopes right now, even the ones that make snow, it's not the same.
It hasn't been the same for a while.
Yeah.
But I plan to ski this winter.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
What's your favorite spot around here?
Well, I shoot up to Sunapee.
Yep.
Because it's an hour and 15, 20 minutes.
Yep.
And I just get in there and just go.
You do all that yoga and stuff. That's got to help with the skiing. You get the...
I'm 71.
What?
Yes.
No way.
I am. 1953.
That is shocking.
Don't remind me.
You look amazing.
Well, thank you. I've been practicing yoga.
I seriously would not have... I don't think I've ever really talked about your age. I don't think I ever would have guessed that.
Well, I'm fortunate to have really good health, and I've got a clean diet.
Yeah.
And I'm a practicing yogi, and I still am a runner, but I don't run on the asphalt.
Gotcha.
I run in the woods and the mountains, I run up the hills. And
easier on the feet and the joints and everything.
Well, you got to be careful because there's a lot of roots and rocks and stuff, but it keeps me alert and keeps me here.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm going after this. I'm going to go up and hit the hills.
Wow. Good for you, man. You look great. So,
thank you.
A clean diet. What does a clean diet entail?
Well,
as somebody who's trying to eat better.
Very low on salt, sugar, and fat, which is my next song.
Okay. Next song today or the next one you're writing?
I have already written it.
Okay.
It's copywritten 2024.
Understood. Very nice. Cool. Yeah, I remember you. I think I'm probably paraphrasing a little bit, but you once told me, "Oh yes, I do yoga every day. Either that or
every morning,
or I'd go crazy after somebody.
Half hour to 40 minutes, and I power yoga and I do stretching and slow stuff. I meditate, and then I go and run a record label.
So there it is, huh? That's how you do it.
And I go back to after being on computers for 4 hours, I go back to my mat.
Yep.
And get the blood flowing again.
Good for you.
Yes.
All right. Well, there you go. You're an inspiration, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
I got E.J. Ouellette joining us here. What do you do for the holidays, by the way, before we talk a little more music?
I haven't got that far yet.
Oh, no. It's coming quick.
I'll be going to my sister Ramona.
Okay.
Ramona's home, and I'm the oldest of 10.
That's right.
She's the 5th.
Yep.
And I remember carrying her in when she was a baby.
You like the holidays? Nice to get together with everybody?
I do.
Yeah.
I love the holidays. My new song is a progressive holiday, so I bring in a lot of different types of faith, beliefs, which is all rooted in love and peace.
We got a whole new album here. You gave me 5 new songs. These are all Christmas releases.
We have 5 Christmas releases out of Whole Music Records.
I'll play a little bit right now here. E.J. Ouellette.
This is a song by me and Lisa O'Donnell. It's called Destination Christmas.
Christmas is here
find souls break to bear, kindness of the season.
When did you record this?
I started it 7 years ago, then I rewrote it 3 weeks ago.
Started it 7 years ago.
And put it out last week. Christmas, spirit of the time. Destination Christmas, your tenderness is mine.
When you write these, so we hear it on acoustic to start the show, you gave us a little taste. Is that how they all start?
Yes, I wrote this. Actually, I wrote this on the piano.
Oh, you did?
And there's no piano in it.
Oh, yeah, there's no piano. Yeah, that's funny.
I just started thumping on the piano, came up with the chords, and I came up with the concept of the song back in 2017.
Okay.
And I let it sit there, and one of my friends, Pete Whitehead, played the drums on it back then. And I just never got around to releasing it because I'm always producing other people.
Yeah.
So I'm like the last one to get to my stuff.
Christmas music is weird too because you got to record it when it's not Christmas, right? Because you got to have it ready for the season. So you're doing it in often odd times, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And and we have another one that I did with one of my artists, and it's a Christmas song, but it's more of a holiday song.
Sure.
There's more of a peace and love type of approach to it. And but it still is Christmas, and I celebrate Christmas, but I also have friends, and I celebrate their Hanukkah.
Yep.
And also Kwanzaa. I have African friends. And,
Yeah.
the whole deal.
Let's do a little more here. But this is a little more traditional, I think.
That's Lisa and I. Little bluegrass version. Released last week.
Is that right? Are you surprised there's been like even in like the pop country music, there's a little bit of there's definitely like a fiddle revival right now. And does that catch you off guard at all? Or
Let's talk about fiddles.
All right, let's do it.
Let's talk about fiddles.
Sure.
Yes. So I am working to change the narrative of fiddle.
Yep.
Because everybody thinks that fiddle came from the Appalachia. Mm-hmm. It didn't. It came from right here in New England. Mm-hmm. Boston, Portsmouth, Portland, Nova Scotia, Quebec.
Okay.
We are, New England, the Northeast, is the fiddle funnel of America. It's on my website. You can go see it. Yep. And I'm changing the narrative because when I play my style up here, what I would consider Northeast fiddle, which is Americelt, Americadian.
Yep.
Fiddle.
Is that what we hear there, or is that?
That's a little more bluegrass.
That's a little more bluegrass, yeah.
I mean, I can play the heck out of a bluegrass fiddle, so I don't.
Sure.
But I want to correct it because if I'm playing my Celt stuff, I don't want them going yeehaw.
You're right. Okay.
And I'm having this conversation.
It's a good visual, actually. Yeah.
Right. I'm on the Roots Committee in the Recording Academy. I'm a liaison, and I'm working to change the narrative about that. So what's going on with bluegrass? It's actually kind of fading out, but Ken Irwin, who lives right down the street.
Rounder Records, yeah.
Now he's got Down the Road Records.
Oh, okay.
And he just got nominated for his album. The album Tony Trischka just got nominated for Best Bluegrass Album.
Oh, nice.
And Ken, I was at his birthday party not too long ago, and he's resurrecting the bluegrass stuff, which is really good because it's been fading in a lot of places.
Yeah.
There's no bluegrass radio stations. And he does bring in a lot of stuff with the Belleville Roots thing. Hopefully he'll bring Tony Trischka, who's one of my banjo heroes because I play banjo.
Yeah.
But the album's fabulous. And it's trad bluegrass stuff.
Okay.
But going to the fiddle funnel, and I did one of my recent releases is called Tarbolton Reel, which comes from my Scottish background. Mm-hmm. My grandmother's a Souther, and her family was was from Seabrook, but they were also transplanted from Nova Scotia and from Canada.
Okay.
Not from Canada, from Scotland. And I went and traced down my heritage this past summer with this tune because I want to get the story right.
Yeah.
So it's called the Tarbolton Reel, and it's about 150 years old, and I turned it into the road to Tarbolton, and I put out a video, and it's on the other CD that I gave you.
Okay.
And it's it's Americelt on that.
You can keep going. I'll get this set up here.
So Americelt, it's the second tune.
That'll take a minute. We get the old system here.
Oh, I like that. I like that stuff.
It is. Sometimes they have to.
I'll put my fiddle down too.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can give us actually. We got a whole equipment set up here today. You could show us a little.
I'm not a one-trick pony. It would be a lot easier if I were.
There we go. We're loaded up. So what are you holding here? What's this?
This is a violin, a fiddle, but it's a 5-stringer.
Okay.
So it's like a violin and a viola in one. So I play 5 strings.
It's beautiful.
Yes. So it's, I have my viola strings, which is down the bottom. It's got to be a drill. Okay.
Wow.
So that's the low strings. And, so just to give you an example, I play, like a Celtic tune. By the way, I am a Sullivan, but that's not my name.
Yes, okay.
Which is another song coming up.
All right. No shortage of writing material.
No. So that's an Irish tune?
I had to stop myself from clapping. I've seen you party at some of those places. Where
Yeah. So on my first Rock the Bow album, I merged blues and rock and bluegrass fiddle with Celtic fiddle on my Rock the Bow album. Mm-hmm. And that's the difference. That up here there's modern techniques going on, which I have modern technique.
Yep.
But I don't put the blues in it. I can put the blues in it. So if I want to put blues in that.
Yep.
So you got my drift?
Yeah.
So otherwise I can play it straight. And what happened with the nature of fiddle up here in New England, and I look at it more as Nor'east because I'm looking up through Canada to Vermont. Vermont was more French-Canadian fiddle.
Okay.
And Maine was English fiddle. Okay. So not a lot of ornamentation in English fiddle. But up in Maine we have Scottish, Irish, and French-Canadian.
Yes.
And up in Nova Scotia it's a lot of Irish and Celt and Scot stuff, and as we go up into Newfoundland, it also has that stuff, and also the indigenous people play that stuff too as well up there.
Okay.
So we have our own sound, and the fiddle funnel started here in New England, American, and it went west, and it went south down the Appalachian Trail. So it took 100 years for the fiddle to reach down into the south, and what happened was. Black African Americans, we gave them the fiddle, they gave us the banjo.
I see.
And we cross-pollinated, and that's where it became old-timey and it moved into bluegrass music.
Okay.
Bluegrass, the green grass of home, okay, and the blues. So sometimes we call it bluesgrass, but it didn't originate in Appalachia.
Interesting.
Nope.
So these roots of still these different styles of playing and all these Nova Scotia, the Maine style.
Yes.
They're still there though.
They're still there.
Yeah.
They're still there. I Americanize it in a way because I'm an American. That's just the way I interpret it. But I can play traditional Irish fiddle if I want to do it without the blues.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
It's I'm a little rusty right now because I've been in front of a computer for a long time.
It's funny. I can still see you get the joy out of it still though.
Oh my God, I have. It's my meditation is playing music.
Yeah.
And I have a need to get back to it again because I've been servicing our label.
What would you say? I think you were telling me you got a bunch of dates here for the next year, right? Already?
Well, I just was approached,
or at least a plan. Yeah.
I was just approached by Justin Knowlton at the Firehouse. So, and I'm revving up Crazy E.J. Ouellette and Crazy Maggie.
Yep.
And I'm just starting the book.
Okay.
And I have a publicist, and we're doing all this stuff. I got to get out. But I'm also playing with the Squeezebox Stompers, which is a Cajun Zydeco band. I play fiddle and multi-instruments in that band.
Cool.
And they are from, let me see, Boston area.
So with the Crazy Maggie, you're kind of the front person.
Yes.
But are you the other groups? Are you okay being like the backseat.
I'm the sideman multi-instrumentalist.
Yeah.
Right. If I want to take over, I can.
Do you, is that your perfect role? It's like you kind of like being in the middle of it and then can take over when you can, or do you like being the front man? I don't know. How does
Frontman is where I'm comfortable with.
comfortable? Yeah.
Because I spent many years being a side person in bands for years. I got my chops playing with really great players.
Sure.
And finally, I decided that I was going to come out back in 2000. I went to Africa, and I designed and built a recording studio there, and I was playing my fiddle in Mauritania with all these groups of people. Excuse me. I was playing Afro-Celt.
Yeah.
And I came back, and I got the idea, and that's where I created Crazy Maggie in 2001.
Wow.
And so that's what happened. And I got in front, and I fronted the band.
All right, let's put a little dip in here. You said this is track 2 on the album?
I
now?
believe, yes. Yes. Dave Maddox on drums.
I was going to ask if it was you. I thought it might be Dave. How was Dave doing? You still recording with him, or?
We're working on another date to come in. He's going off with Richard Thompson in January. This is real trad right here. So I'm playing the bass, playing fiddle, playing guitars. What else? Oh, Celtic banjo. My good friend from Finn McCool's, Steve Steve Potts is playing the flute, the tin whistle, and low flute.
What do you hear when you hear this? Do you hear, is it like, is this exactly how you drew it up, or does it sometimes the ideas of things change?
I've been playing this for 20 years, and I decided to record it.
Okay.
So
are all the versions? Did you pretty much get them the same way, or is there something?
They always morph and change.
They always morph, yeah.
Like I put an electric guitar in this. They didn't have electric guitars back in 1850.
Man, sounds good. What else on this? Let me do a little surf through here. What else? Mississippi Sarah's.
So this was a songwriter from L.A., Debbie Gunn. She asked me to sing one of her songs. It's called Mississippi Sarah.
She only has one dress to wear.
We got a Global Music Award with this last year.
Wow.
So now I'm down to Mississippi.
Not to stare. Life can be hard to bear. For Mississippi Sarah.
I'm on all the instruments and vocals.
How's that process where she writes the song and says, you get the voice I'm looking for, or?
Yes, that's what she did. She reached out to me. She's a Grammy member.
Okay.
And she wanted, it's actually her parents' story. They grew up on a farm.
Mama said, ain't got the time. Ain't got a dime now, baby's baby.
Can we talk about that a little bit too? Because there was a Grammy story today. I was reading about Shabuzi.
Yes.
He's a Song of the Year with his that big pop song that all you kids out there love, and apparently it's sampled from like a 2004 song,
Right.
which was
Yeah,
some hip hop guy who wrote it.
Yep.
And he thought it was going to be a writing credit and possibly win a Grammy because it was his song originally that's being sampled there. And apparently there's rules there. I guess they said you're not going to win a Grammy for this. There'll be a certificate, but explain that to me. What do you know?
So when you release, you have to divulge if you're using samples
Yep.
and all that stuff. And in the Grammys, you're not allowed to use AI.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to use artificial performances and artificial AI voices and all that.
Yep.
And but if someone wrote melody to a tune, they own that tune. You can't take it from them. Even if you dress it up and with other stuff and do all that and dance around it, the core melody is the melody of the song. The songwriter wrote it. If he put it in performance, then that would have been a different story.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's a very strict. It's I'm not strict, but it's clear cut, really.
Right.
It's
Well, Deb, we submitted that into song,
yep.
and we didn't get the award, and probably because we didn't have $50,000 to promote.
For those of you who don't know,
We'll talk about that later.
Well, we've talked about the EJ is a member he's a Grammy voter, and so
I'm in the recording academy.
recording me. Yeah, he's it's a lot of crazy stuff there. Hang on, let's do this.
She's missing what her share of. Covered bear.
This is my Southern sound, which I grew up playing.
Mississippi Sarah. Mississippi Sarah. She's missing what her share of. Covered bear of love.
I like this song. It's a good song.
Oh, it's a great song.
Lovely, lovely.
It's a beautiful song. She's a great writer.
I'm gonna do one more. It's a jungle song.
This is Tomiko Dixon, Willie Dixon's granddaughter.
Deep down in the jungle, you hear those tom-toms.
Dave Maddox on drums again.
There's a rhythm behind that music, boy. We call it the jungle swing.
She's in Chicago.
People from every
This is
nation,
blues royalty.
they wonder what it's all about.
Is this what you're running to on the trail after this?
Jungle rhythm.
Yeah, no, I don't use head. I just like to hear nature.
You gotta get away.
Have you seen my home?
Lisa and I and Odessa Settles are on the vocals of this.
Oh, have you seen my home? Oh, have you seen my home? Oh, Abyssinia.
So that's a Willie Dixon song.
So this is a little look into the last how many months from you?
What's that? I think the one after it is a new release. A gentleman who lives right over in New Hampshire.
Bluegrass.
Yep. Stu Aronson. Oh, country.
Bring back my heart. It wasn't yours to take.
Good songwriter. Really good singer.
That wasn't ours to make. Time for me to leave because
His drummer,
better off apart.
Paul Stoll, is playing drums.
Before I go.
And his bass player, Pete Drukas, is playing bass. And Lisa, I'm playing banjo, fiddle. And Lisa and I doing background vocals.
Blind to see.
This old dog.
Took my hand, brought me home, and made a brand new.
What else did you bring back there? Is it how many instruments did you bring today?
Got the mandolin.
Mandolin, just
You
for
have no idea what well, I have everything set up in my control room, so I just go back and forth on instruments.
Can you bring out the mandolin a little bit? 'Cause
sure.
the,
Yeah, sure.
you can't tease me with all these instruments in front of you. Again, EJ Ouellette joining us here live at Drew's house, Joppa Afternoon Drive. Big thanks to May Power producing the show today. Sarah Hayden, the boss in the house. Lily Dissette, Ryan
This is my
Rothberg.
Michael Kelly mandolin. It was made in China. I absolutely love it.
Made in China.
Yep, it's a Chinese, and I'm proud of it. I have no idea why we're not letting them continue. That's my personal opinion. Like this. On that. So this is a mandolin, and I'm in the process of saving up for a mandocello.
Okay. on. Damn.
I'm a little rusty.
Oh, yeah, sure. That is unbelievable. What do you see when you play? Because so we got you already started with an acoustic guitar, you play the fiddle, and now you move up. Like what's going through the EJ brain there when you're switching instruments like that? Is it just naturally all the training at this point, or like,
Sometimes I get confused.
yeah, it's actually comforting to hear.
I wish I could be a better cellist, but then that's a lifetime, so I'm not playing much cello. But I am a bassist.
Yeah.
And guitarist. Guitar was my first instrument. And what happened was, in '83, I opened up my first 8-track studio. It cost me $30,000.
Wow.
Yeah, right. And I decided I would have to think about business rather than just music because I had to pay for it.
Yeah.
So I started in Salisbury. I had a little studio in a little shack, and I called it Ad Lab. And I started doing jingle work, but I had to hire musicians to do the tracking, except for my guitar playing and my bass playing.
Sure.
And it got too expensive. So I started tracking my own instruments.
Got to learn how to do this
I
stuff.
got a keyboard, I got a mandolin.
Yep.
And I, started doing all that stuff, and it was quite successful till I got tired of, back then you used to have to go to the businesses and try to sell it and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Finally I started I was producing music and playing all along.
Yep.
And in '83 I got picked up by the Irish band Harvest Home, Patsy Whelan and Jack Gary, who lived here in town, and we played 6-7 nights a week in Boston for years.
Wow.
And it was a great experience for me because it brought me back to my Irish roots, because I went to an Irish parochial school, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me. They're no longer with us, and I'm really grateful for that experience to be able to do that, because it brought me back to, and I was playing country music and bluegrass prior to that, and blues.
Yeah.
I was doing American music and everything, but they brought me right back, and I got right into it, and I'm very excited about it.
So as you talk about we were talking off the air a little bit. You're like, yeah, I'm going to go see my sister for Christmas, and she's yelling at me. She's going to go. She wants to see me go out and play. So I'm like, I got to get some dates out there. So I know. So that's part of your goal for 2025 here.
Well, I'm going back to Ireland. Lisa and I are going back to Ireland for Your Roots is Showing, which is run by a woman who used to live in Byfield.
Oh, really?
Charlene
Small
Sloan.
world.
Charlene Sloan, a friend of Ken Irwin, and she brought it. She was the one that brought in Charlie Daniels.
Yep.
They did that big concert there.
Sure.
But she has this Celtic thing. She's in Ireland now, and I've been invited to do some panels there.
Gotcha.
I'm doing a panel for playing music and wellness,
Yeah.
yoga, music therapy.
Yeah, back to the wellness part, man.
Yep, and a panel on music and entrepreneurship, and a few other things. And I'm also a liaison for the Recording Academy. So I'm going to be holding a panel for people who want to get into the Recording Academy.
Which you've been now for how many years?
I've been in since 2008. But I've been qualified since '83.
Since '83.
Because I did some stuff for Rounder Records back in '83, '84, '85.
Yep.
And that qualified me.
Okay.
So
Understood.
I just hung out, and I didn't want to have to go to New York all the time.
You go to Ireland for obviously you have all those engagements to do. Are you ever tempted to, I don't know, go check out like one of the local
all the
pubs?
time.
And, that's going to be very popular.
I plan on going jamming.
Yes, that's right.
I met some folks over there last year that I went jamming with, besides the festival, and they really were the best around.
Really?
Yeah, and hopefully we're going to record something and go into a little bit of the global music vein.
It's going to give you a rush playing with people that you don't know that well, but they're
so good.
So good, yeah.
Alien pipes,
Yeah.
Celtic banjo. I played my fiddle and my mandolin, whistles.
They must love you too, because you bring a different flavor too.
Well, I met up with these guys twice.
Gotcha,
And
yeah.
we're friends on Facebook, and I have to reach out to them because and they're into music. One
Yeah.
of them's a music teacher, so they're the real thing.
Yeah.
They're not.
You're like, I'm coming.
Right. Exactly.
Well, that'd be fun, man.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Well,
I've never had a real job. You know this, right?
You have told me that before, yes, which I actually love. I love how you say that. And while having a million jobs, you never have a real job. Is that how you phrase it? Again, EJ Ouellette here joining us. So in the Christmas stuff, if people want to find the Christmas stuff, is this for?
It's all online on Spotify and all the streaming sites. One I'd like you to play
Sure.
is this
Off the Christmas?
Off
or?
the Christmas record. Okay.
Let me make sure I didn't mix it up. Okay.
I believe it's the third and fourth one. fun.
Okay.
And they're local musicians here. Mark Anderson, who used to live here in Newburyport.
Oh, okay.
I co-wrote a song with him called "Gift to Me," and it's a beautiful piece. And I played drums on it and violin. He played guitar and sang it, and Lisa sang background.
Gift to Me. I got it right. So if people want this around their holiday gathering, they can
Yep.
go find it right now.
"Gift to Me," Mark Anderson, Whole Music Records.
Would you come with me? If you've decided we could be just what you'd like to be, we have lots of time.
That's Lisa O'Donnell. Beautiful voice.
There's nothing but you on my mind. Oh, would you come with me?
We're co-writers on this. I love this song.
Just give me some sign. Turn your eyes in my direction. You can have everything that's mine. I saw you in this crowd. You're
My jazz
the
fiddle.
only one who makes my heart speak out loud. Our love's a gift to me this holiday time. This holiday time.
Oh, I like that one.
Sweet, huh?
That was good.
And there's one after that. Rob Cunningham. He's lives up in Kittery, and I'm on everything but his acoustic guitar, and he sang it. And Lisa and I sang with him.
Kittery, Maine, coming at you.
Days are growing festive
I'm on the drums.
as the holidays draw near. But only one thing is guaranteed: bring me Christmas cheer. I don't need a pile of presents.
Are these fun to do?
Oh yeah.
The Christmas, yeah.
Tree.
Kept telling those guys that last summer, we should do some holiday songs.
Yeah.
And finally in November they go, yeah, let's do something. Oh, geez.
Yeah, now it's tight, right?
This came out 10 days ago.
Had a foolish quarrel like a
Steve Baker on sax, who's a Crazy Maggie guy.
but I
How's Steve doing? He was battling some health issues there.
He's doing well.
Yeah.
He's doing well.
walk right
He's doing
out
well.
that door. Now it's just me and the mistletoe this lonely Christmas Eve. Oh, Santa Claus, please find a way to bring my baby back to me.
All right.
Rob is an excellent songwriter.
Yeah.
And both Mark and Rob have a beautiful song. Have a beautiful two albums out. There's one more, I believe. It's West Newbury's Dan.
Heart of Christmas.
Yeah, Heart of Christmas. This came out yesterday.
Dan LeBlanc.
Dan LeBlanc.
As I lie here this morning in the season of change, of all the times I remember, this one thing remains: the heart of Christmas, the love from within, with family and friends being close once again.
You guys have been busy spitting out a lot of Christmas music.
Well, it's helping me deal with the angst that's been going on
Yeah.
lately.
Yeah.
So I'm not buying into hate talk.
Yep.
Something like that. I have my preferences, but
Sure. You got to be careful on that Facebook, don't you?
yes.
That's a tough place for that.
Well, just let's get this clear. I am the enemy within. So
Okay. Yeah, sure. Oh man. Well, EJ is. These shows always go by too fast with you. It was a pleasure as always, my man. It's great to catch up with you.
You too.
We get everything. What else? I think you got so much to talk about. Sometimes
it's the tip of the iceberg.
I still get.
I have a blessed life career. I dedicated it to music, and that's what I do.
Yeah, so you talked a lot about the health stuff and the wellness and the yoga and the running and all that. I bet this music there's something to that, right? Playing music all these years and being a part of music, it keeps you young, doesn't
I
it?
will go out for that run, and I'll come up with an idea for music.
Oh, yeah,
That's
almost
what
always.
happens. And I start singing,
Yeah.
and I go right back to my studio, and I write it down.
And you were, I think I said to you once, when do you sleep? But I think you actually said you do good on sleep, right? You make sure you get.
I get 8 hours.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I get up early, because business in my brain,
Yep.
I get on my yoga mat and I do some light yoga, meditate, and I go back to bed, sleep.
You will. Yeah.
But I get my 8 hours.
So you make sure you get it. Yeah.
That's the key. So low sugar and salt, sugar, and fat.
Yeah.
Plenty of sleep, and just be responsible for my own anxiety.
Love it. Well, happy holidays, my man.
You too,
It's
man.
been great to see you as
Happy
always.
holidays to you, too.
You want to play us out a little something funky or fun or
Sure.
Christmassy, whatever you got.
Sure,
You'll come
sure,
up with
sure,
something.
sure, yeah.
Big thanks to May. Big thanks to Sarah, Lily Dissette, Ryan Rothberg. We appreciate you. Keep going. This has been a pleasure as always, guys. Hey, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah. We're getting close to all that stuff. Good luck shopping. Enjoy yourself. This is beautiful, huh? EJ Ouellette, the one and only, live at Drew's house. Shop Afternoon Drive. We'll see you next time, everybody.